Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest in Old Trafford. United is back into the 13th of the Premier League table, that is lower bottom of the Premier League table, after losing to Nottingham Forest 3-2. Amorim is welcome to Premier League, and for sure this is a game that we thought United could have just go on to make it a massive win for sure after winning their last Premier League game by 4-0. But then, hey, Nottingham Forest, who have won in Liverpool home in Anfield, and also Amorim didn't see this coming. Amorim didn't see the depth of United problem before getting on board. But then right now, he could probably see what is going on. Maybe he can still come back from that defeat, or maybe it could go worse until the transfer window. Just getting to Old Trafford to get that win is something that cannot be believed. But then we are here to give you more tactical information into the game and what happened in Old Trafford, what is going on with Manchester United and Amorim. With me is Eddie, and if you just join us and you are new, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and hey, your opinions are highly welcome. Eddie, your own United, what happened today with Manchester United?
Another loss for Manchester United in Old Trafford, which is very, very sad. Yeah, playing against a side, Nottingham Forest in Old Trafford, which we were expecting Manchester United to probably win the game, as we won against Everton, I think 4-0, and also lost our last game against Arsenal by 2-0. Nottingham Forest, we were hoping that Amorim will probably lead us to a great victory in Old Trafford. This is his first game in Old Trafford. So we were expecting probably a good day for Manchester United fans, but things didn't go as planned. Just one of the days.
Yeah, just one of the days. Probably a lot of people are questioning Amorim with his substitution in the game after removing
Fernandes for
Mason Mount because people think he was still much into the game. Do you think Amorim is trying to give a message out, or Bruno, after making a mistake leading to the last goal and try to create a chance and scoring a goal for Manchester United? Do you think it was harsh on Bruno by Amorim substituting him at that time?
All right, sometimes if a player commits a mistake and you substitute the player, I think it reduces the confidence of the player. He should have allowed Bruno to play the game and probably make another substitution. But he's a new manager and we can't probably tell or predict a lot of things for him. So he did what he think will help Manchester United. But at the end of the day, that mistakes that Bruno Fernandes committed, I think, went down to hand Manchester United. So that's all I can say. But it's not only Bruno. If I could see the players lost a lot, so much possession. They give out a lot of balls. So that's one thing they should probably try and avoid. Because our next game we are playing against Manchester City, which is going to be a derby. And although Manchester City is not on form, but if you are to commit such petty mistakes, everybody's winning against Manchester City, but Manchester United might lose against Manchester City. So these are some of the petty mistakes we should try to prevent or seek solution to it before it escalates.
Open. Eddie, talking about Bruno mistake, Onana, what really went on with Onana? Do you think Onana is to be blamed for that goal? Because looking at it clearly, you could see that the striker actually spinned the ball in a way that Onana deflect or deceive Onana totally. Could you blame him for that goal?
I think they are all involved. As a keeper, you're also there to prevent like a goal or a ball entering the net. So they all play a tactical role in this last goal, that this useless goal. They could have done better in handling or in handling the ball to prevent that goal. And now this season has been on form, with clinches and everything, has been on form. one of the best players I think for United this season so far is Andre Onana. So I won't put much blame on him, but it's so sad. It's so sad to probably lose against Nottingham Forest and to be sitting at the bottom, I think 13th position with just 19 points as Manchester United is not.
As Manchester United is not good. Amorim actually entered into this game with three back formation, three and then four in the midfield with the including the wing backs for sure, with two up front and then one lone striker. Rasmus Højlund getting a goal today was absolutely incredible for Manchester United for sure. So what do you make up of that as well?
All right, I think since the arrival of Abiron, we've seen so much of Højbjerg. Yeah, the strikers of Manchester United are improving, especially last week we did also mention of Ahmed Diallo. Anytime he gets the ball, he tries to create chances, he tries to be much more involved in the game. He tries to involve much more of AI in the game, trying to be direct. Yeah, they are all improving, but I think they still need to work harder, they still need to work more. But I think they are good is still not enough to lead Manchester United to the glory days we are still looking for. They still have to work, but they still have to work harder. Amorim has a lot of work to do because before we thought, I think the problem was, I think the coach and the manager and everything. But you could see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there. He left. This interim coach came. How do his name?
Ranik.
Ranick came. He left. Also, Eric Ten Hag came. I think he's no more. And if you earn everything I gave you, I think Ruben took over, he's no more. Now it's Amorim. But you could see the solution that we are looking for. We've not gotten the solution. The problem is still there. He has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to do.
He has a lot of work to do for sure. And hey, talking about this, you can't forget about Nottingham Forest side, Chris Wood, who scored the goal for sure. Is his birthday today, and also getting the goal for Nottingham Forest was absolutely incredible. Nuno Desperito, his formation was incredible for sure. Do you think?
Yeah, for Nuno, he's a good manager because he's one of the managers from Nottingham Forest to get, I think, two wins against Manchester United, and we all saw his performance in with Wolves. You know, we transformed Wolves to be one of the toughest team in the league to play against, and that's one thing he's doing with Nottingham Forest, and with Chris Wood is one of the top. I think one of the strikers in the EPL this season with number of goals contribution, with goals and assists as well. He's improved. Good. The guy is good. Anytime he gets the ball, is very critical. It's very critical. So he got the chance. He made good use of the chance, and I think kudos to him and kudos to the boys. They came to Manchester United. They had only three chances in the game, and they were able to convert all their three chances. And at the end of the day, they won the game. So I'll say kudos to them. Now they are sitting on the fifth position of the league table. The fifth position of the league table. So they are doing well. They are doing well. But let's see how things will probably improve on their side. I wish them luck, although they've won against Manchester United, but I wish them luck on their way ahead, on their way
Wish them luck on their way forward for sure. And hey, Manchester City once again actually drew their game against Crystal Palace 2-2. Pep Guardiola's search for wins is still ongoing. Do you think it could turn better for Manchester City Pep Guardiola? Because this was clearly a game that City could have just win it hands down, because we all know Crystal Palace are also struggling this season. But for last season, I think or 2 seasons now, Crystal Palace have been able to draw or won against City in Etihad Sports Stadium. But this was clearly a game for City, but they couldn't win it. Do you think they could turn things around?
Now, Pep Guardiola and Manchester City are still in crisis. Or despite their win last, I think in the midweek, I was probably thinking, or we were expecting probably them to use that as a stepping stone, probably to turn things around. But unfortunately, we saw another side of them again today with Crystal Palace drawing. And they nearly even lost the game, because they were down. They are always down before they will come into the game to equalize. They'll be down. And Lewis, the guy who gave them the second goal, I think also got a red card. which also affected them in one way or the other. But we City that we know, we are expecting so much from them. We are expecting so much from them. But unfortunately, things are not still working for them. Despite De Bruyne starting today's game, you know, Bernardo Silva still improved, trying to assist, trying to get much more involved in the game, trying to help City out. Even with our main guy, Haaland, also getting the goal today, but still they couldn't win the game. But let's see how they will be able to probably still find their feet back into the league.
Meanwhile, the siege for wins is still continuous. But let's see how Pep Guardiola will turn things around, because we all know Manchester City, they can still bounce back. But providing Liverpool against Everton, which is a derby, has been postponed today. So it's still something that we know whether Liverpool will get that win over there or not to extend the gap between them and Manchester City. But for now, it still remains the fact that Liverpool is still leading the table. And hey, other results that actually come in today is we could not give you the predictions for sure. And hey, Aston Villa won 1-0 against Southampton. Yes, it's expected because Southampton has been struggling for so many games now. Brentford won 4-2 against Newcastle, which was also just a game that we didn't expect Brentford would come into the game. But Newcastle, who drew
They
against
drew against
Liverpool
Liverpool. Yeah,
last game, went to Brentford
that was
Community
when
Sports
the
Stadium.
game ended.
Exactly. Went to Brentford Sports Stadium and lost by 4-2. It wasn't expected. And that's the surprises we keep on telling you. And as we said, Crystal Palace also drew 2-2 with Manchester City. And hey, the game we just finished, Manchester United lost at home 3-2 to Nottingham Forest. Well, if you just join us and you are new, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and we are going to see you in the next video. But be in mind that tomorrow a lot of games are coming. Fulham Arsenal, which is a London derby for sure. Fulham went to Tottenham and drew that game with Tottenham. Ipswich Town will be facing Bournemouth tomorrow, and Leicester City will be facing Brighton tomorrow. And hey, the game of the day, Super Sunday clash, is going to be Tottenham Hotspurs versus Chelsea in the Tottenham Sports Stadium. And this is a game that we expect all excitement to come in. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button. A lot is coming on your way tomorrow. See you in the next video. Ciao.